Action, the breaking news about the class action suit filed against the largest players in the real estate industry. I know that plenty of sellers and probably buyers, anybody's interacting with agents, have always thought for years the fees are too high. There's a bunch of plaintiffs, well-known plaintiff class action suit attorneys going after the bigwigs in the industry. And I wanted to cover, there's so much to this. But I'm going to start with the law as I know it and the rules and regulations. So first of all, you can find this on a lot of different websites. I think I saw it on the Wall Street Journal first this morning. Then I clicked over on Market Watch because a long time ago I used to trade every day, and Market Watch is still in my feed. So here Market Watch tells us the suit was filed in Chicago on behalf of anyone who sold a home through one of the 20 of the largest listing services in the country. Over the past 5 years, it charges that the mighty Washington-based lobby, NAR, as well as the 4 largest national real estate brokerages and multiple listing services they use, have conspired to require anyone selling a home to pay the commission of the broker representing their buyer at an inflated amount in violation of federal antitrust law. Homeowners are ready to sell their properties, usually hire a real estate agent to represent them by staging the home, photographing it, adding it to the MLS, marketing it, and showing it to prospective buyers. Sellers agree to pay that person a commission on the selling price of the home. That commission has traditionally been known as the 6%, but it's a little more complicated than that, I'll say, because sometimes it's 4 or 5, and occasionally in Florida I saw it 7. Sellers can really only negotiate with the agent they've hired. True, but they can offer 3. While agents representing buyers are generally assured a standard 3% commission. That is not true. In my experience, it could be 2, it could be less, it could be more. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 50%, sometimes it's 40% of the overall commission the listing agent agreed to. We'll get into that in much more detail in the future. That means the seller's agent is willing to negotiate, or one that works for discount brokers like Redfin will be paid less than a buyer's agent. That's true, and sometimes agents do that so they double-side the transaction. I know plenty of examples of it. Buyers can choose to be represented by an agent or to go without one, but in any case, all commission money for both sides of the deal is always paid by the seller. That's not true either, but it's usually the case. We'll have to read the lawsuit in the next one. I'll get a copy of the lawsuit and I'll just read it and see if these claims really are this out of whack. Buyers can choose to be represented by an agent or go without one, but in any case, all commission money for both sides of the deal is always paid by the seller. Thanks to a 96 rule known as the Buyer's Broker Commission Rule, in order to list a property in one of the many regional databases known as the MLS, agents must abide by the buyer-broker rule. Listing on the MLS is essential for making. Moreover, because most buyers brokers will not show homes to their clients when the seller is offering a lower buyer-broker commission, or will show homes with higher commission offers first, sellers are incentivized when making the required blanket non-negotiable offer to procure the buyer's broker's cooperation by offering a higher commission. Yeah, that's probably true if, and this is what I've told my clients, you're trying to sell your home at the very top of the market. If you're trying to sell to the very motivated buyers, it's like the reload buyers who don't have a lot of time. They're coming in on a weekend. They're getting paid to do this move. They're not that price sensitive. And the real estate agents working for the big brokerage is already paying a big cut to the relocation service, and they just want to get paid some money. Yeah. That's one of my major strategies. It came about from an agent who ran a brokerage in North Carolina. He noticed that when he paid buyers brokers more money, his clients got more for the sale of their property, usually a lot more than 1 or 2%, because in his mind, you want the traffic of top buyers if you're going for top dollar. I still believe that. But you can't get to top dollar if there's houses for sale that are over yours that are superior. So it works. Sometimes it's really important to incentivize buyers, agents in some circumstances. I mean, you can get around this by doing great marketing, by having an auction environment. But let's just say you want to do a standard traditional sale and you want to sell for the highest possible price. I'm going to tell you right now what you do. You ask the client to make their home look as good as they can, provided it's not a fixer-upper. You go to the caravan meeting. You put your home on the caravan. You go to the brokers and say, hello. Normally in a house this size, if we look through the commissions, we'd see on average they're at like 2.5% or 3 or 2. You know, in my opinion, as the homes go up in price, the offer to the buyer's agents goes down from 3 to 2 in general. And so you'd say, hey, but because we really appreciate buyer's agents and the work they're going to do, and the fact that we'd love you to bring your best buyers who are just ready to go, who are motivated to buy this property, we're going to offer you an extra 0.5% or an extra percent. It's in the MLS. It's on the tour today. You know, I tell them a whole story about why we're doing this. I love my clients. I took the percent out of my side. I'm offering it for the next 30 days. Whatever it is. Whatever the reason is, I like to find a story. I like to present it to them. And I sometimes get awards for claps for telling them we appreciate all the work buyer's agents are doing to help get the funding to introduce their clients to this property. Because this property is beautiful, it's got views, it's been fixed up, and it's priced a little on the high side. It's a little above average because of that, and we need your intelligent buyers that you've educated as to why this property is worth that. Agents love it. They like getting paid. Yeah, you want buyer's agents to work hard. Pay them. But let's say your property is not that kind of property. You've got competitors, bigger houses or better houses above you. In today's market, you can just skip the MLS altogether. Why not do it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 days? Why not put it on Zillow? Why not put it on Craigslist? Why not put it out on the other MLS sites? And particularly, why not go into Facebook and YouTube, target an audience that would match the people who are looking for homes like yours, put your house up there, show, by the way, you know, we're having an auction this weekend, a big open house / round robin auction. We are offering this property, the starting bid's $50,000 or $75,000 below the Zillow price, $50,000 or $75,000 below any other, this estimate, the realtor.com price, any other websites you looked, researched, put in there. That's where the starting bid is. Offers are not binding until contracts are signed. We're not bound to sell it to you. What we're doing is facilitating an opportunity for buyers to get this done quickly if they like the home. And it's going to be exactly, if there's one offer, it'll be like one offer. If there's multiple people involved who are interested in the property, we will go back and forth in an orderly process. It's going to be transparent. And if you don't like it, you can back out. If you have the winning offer, then the next day we'll discuss with your representatives, or we can represent you, depending on what the seller, and we'll see if we can form up a contract. If we do, then we'll open escrow and it'll proceed as if it's a normal sale. Now, you don't need a buyer's agent to do that. What you need to do is have buyers, motivated or qualified buyers, which you can find using marketing now, and explain to them that their interests will be protected during the process. That's what you can do. You can get this done with social media and I would use a modified method of the 5-day sale, which I used many, many years ago to try and sell my home. Now, I found that the buyers weren't ready to pull the trigger until they were protected by a buyer agent or an attorney, an attorney. But the principles in this book for marketing your home without a realtor work beautifully. Now, the caveat to this book, I can't find it right now, but in here he acts like, and this might work in some states where there's lawyers that are closing agents, but he calls them a settlement agent. He goes, after you get this bidding going and you find out you have a winning price, then you turn it over to your settlement agent and the deal gets done. So this will get you top dollar in a lot of circumstances if you do it right. And now with the advent of social marketing, big data, Zillow, Craigslist, you don't even need newspapers. You'll find the same. Realtors pay big money to these national websites to get leads that then they have to convert. You know what they convert with? Houses. It could be your house. You know the most efficient way to get a lead for a property is with a picture of a house and advertising it to buyers that big data has already shown they've shown an interest in buying a home. You can get leads for $1 to $3 off of Facebook, and you can get views to a YouTube video for what was I getting them for? Less than $1. So I have something, so you don't need a buyer's realtor. So this lawsuit, which we'll cover in more depth, is late. 15 years ago, when I first, well, it was 2003 or 4, when I sold my property, starting with the principles in this book, yeah, I think a substantial number of the buyers were working with buyer's agents, because back then buyer's agents had the homes. They could tell them when the showings were. They could tell them what the prices were. They could show them the comps. They knew which homes were for sale. And that was the intellectual property of the listing agent being shared with buyer's agents. Now, because NAR has let our realtor's intellectual property and realtor lure go to realtor.com, they had to let it go all over the internet. And now the intellectual property that the real estate agents truly deserved is being sold against them. It's being used against them. And NAR's getting themselves sued. It's just a bunch of garbage. Realtors, if you're watching this, I realize I'm gonna have to lead the movement on this. Realtors will take back our intellectual property. We'll have those websites paying us for anything more than one photo, a simple description, and the ability to say this home is for sale. That is my promise. If we can work together, listing agents, we'll make sure that the potential buyers get the correct information, the fresh information, not the stale information. They won't get led astray by all these buyer's agents that know anything about the property. Listing agents, you can't leave your intellectual property in the hands of NAR anymore. It's causing problems. What has to go back has to be a return to the old days where the listing agent's intellectual property was there to serve the client's best interest. And in order to serve the client's best interest, you contracted with particular buyer's agents who had access to your information to do the work with you, and then you paid the buyer's agents, well, in this case, they'd be the selling agent. You pay the seller's agents for the work that they did. Buyers could then go out and pay buyer's agents if they wanted to have a buyer's agent. That was a model that worked, and this model is not working because our association, in my opinion, lost control of your intellectual property, and now it's sprayed all over the net. So that is the basis of the issue. And let me just say, I wanted to go over this. I discussed in the previous video on Facebook. You've already seen this. Unilateral contractual offer. This is the Sandacor rules and regulations that I just got off the net. I could have gone into the website and got it, but recently, they must have had a whiff of this. Recently, the associations here in San Diego separated themselves, and now they run Sandacor. Sandacor's sort of not a separate entity. I don't know what happened, but it must have been in response to the fact I knew this lawsuit was going to happen. So I'm gonna share this right now. So this is 7.12 from the rules and regulations. I don't want to spin back up and waste your time, but I can do it later. In filing a property with the MLS, the broker participant makes a blanket unilateral contractual offer of compensation to the other MLS broker participants for their services in selling the property, except as set forth in 7.15 below, and pursuant to California Civil Code Section 1087, a broker participant must specify some compensation to be paid to the buyer's agent or sub-agent, and the offer of compensation must be stated in one or a combination of the following forms: percentage of gross price or a definite dollar amount. Do you see that? That's some compensation. That's not 3%. That's not 2.5%. That's not 2%. That's not 1%. In my opinion, that could be $10. It could be $20. It could be $100. We'll discuss. Let's go to sufficiency of a contract. Let me pull this up. This is old because I know sometimes law schools teach a different thing. It's like a benefit and a detriment. But I'm going to see if I can remember the restatements that I learned. Sufficiency of a contract. Elements. I typed the elements wrong. Elements of a contract. Let's see if we can get it. The requisite elements that must be established to demonstrate the formation of a legally binding contract are offer, acceptance, consideration, mutuality of obligation, competency, and capacity. So, in this case, I think we've met all the necessary elements, except you might argue if you're only offering $1, would there be... Let me go back and look just so we see it all. Oh, man. I clicked on the video. What happened? It was beautiful. I had a great contract there. Consideration. So what is consideration? And I want to see if I can bring up the barley corn. If I'm spelling barley corn. Barley corn is one word. Didn't recall that. No. Under in contract law. That was a pretty good one right there, right? Oh, same website. Nice. Oh, now they want to charge me. Maybe. Consideration must be legally sufficient and bargained for. Okay, so let me take you back. There's a famous case where a judge, I believe, said that even a barley corn would be legally sufficient. And I suspect $1 is more than legally sufficient. However, I think to make sure, I would offer $100 on the MLS. So if you are thinking of selling your home and you're not trying to go and establish a new high price above the competition that you currently have, I think you might want to consider going to winnerscheck.com where I am. Oh, my website. $1 listing. And we will list your home for the price that you want to sell it for, but we'll offer $1 or $10 or $100 to buyer's agents. I'll pay that out of my pocket. And then we'll see. We're going to have I would suggest you have a big open house, put a lot of signs out, maybe like 50. If your neighborhood allows it, we put them out early saying, big open this weekend, round robin bidding, inspection, Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4, 10 to 5. Round robin bidding to begin Sunday night. We put it up on, we get a nice picture of your home. We put it up on Facebook. We market it to the audience showing interest in buying homes. We do the same thing on YouTube with a video. We offer $1 on the MLS. And we see how many people, if we do this right, we could probably get 30 to 50 to 100 people to your auction/open house, and we'll see how strong the offers are. Now, these offers will be non-binding, as I said, and if after you don't think this works, then you can, you could switch. You could change agents and have a new agent put it up there and offer 2.5% or 3%. So you get a free shot at saving the buyer's agent commission, and ironically, you also be helping out NAR, because if this ad is correct, there's some need to put 2.5% or 3% or 3% up to buyer's agents, and that may have been true a long time ago. But I've recently put up videos and I'm making a course showing that buyer's agents are almost unnecessary because the agents' intellectual property is all over the internet in many, many circumstances. Even my wife, when we were looking at homes, she goes to all the different websites to educate herself, to see if there's one house that's not there. Buyers tell their agents the homes they want to see. Now, maybe the agents can pick another home or two because they're getting paid 3.5%. But the buyers tell the agents what homes they want to see now, in my experience, most of the time, and I can go into more of it in detail. So anyway, it's very interesting. I can't wait to see if it breaks down and buyer's agents don't get paid by the listing agents anymore per NAR and CAR. But in the meantime, I'd say now take advantage of this. Offer $1 for a month on the MLS. And then if it doesn't work, offer $1 with me on the MLS. If it doesn't work, we'll refer your file out to to any other listing agent. And you know what? I will, on that referral fee, I'll make sure that for trying to work this out with me, I'll work. We'll get you a few $1,000s on the referral fee. I'll share a referral fee with you. So not only will you have a shot at saving tens of thousands of dollars, if it doesn't work, working together, we'll get a referral fee from just about any listing agent ever, anywhere, and I'll split that referral fee with you. So you'll probably make, let's say on a $600,000 listing, we might be able to refer it out and get 1% or more. So you're going to get $3,000 or more just for trying this process out with me. Winnerscheck.com, $1 listing. I'm going to do more. I'll be more specific. I'm going to put up some training on this. Just, you don't have to do it with me, so people can understand how they can save money selling their homes now. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. Winnerscheck.com /$1 listing. You can just go to winnerscheck.com and set up a